Don't forget
Wow.
to tear out your journal pages and leave them scattered around town.
No.
That way, when something happens to you, we have to go on a grand journey to figure it out.
Gustav will explain to Bertold that the conundrum that he's facing because the council of the city, composed with Belief, needs to get the firearm from this village that we haven't heard anything from. And, well, nobody expects anything to happen, but if you would be so kind as to lend some funding for one or two bodyguards or mercenary to come help with whatever the town is dealing with, not that it would be greatly appreciated.
I'm sorry, I heard you asking for money, but I forgot already why you were asking.
Um, because we're going out of the city near the storm, well, I guess near the place that have been uh, eaten by the storm of chaos, and we kind of need some men to come with us to protect us, some men of arms. Is
Who
that
is
what you
we?
say? Me, Alexa, and that's basically it. As we have been mandated by bailiff and the rest of the, I guess, council of the city. But
And you thought you would just ask me for money?
I'm very sorry, but I'm running out of option. But if you, uh, was just was just asking. Didn't want to.
What do I get out of this? What is my
Uh,
comeuppance? What do I get back? What is my investment worth?
well, if you even want to trade with in firearms, I guess
I
that
don't.
could be something.
No,
Well,
not interested in weaponry. I'm not a very pacifist person, I find.
yeah, well, the end goal is to reclaim some villages that have been at the outskirts of the city and fortify them so the rest of the refugee can go and actually work in safety in fields or in other trade that the city need. Like
Do
we're
you do
going
you need a
to.
reminder of what your objective was going out there?
Yes,
Alright, so to remind you, since you've been underground for some time, your objective in going out there was to figure out why, during the storm of chaos, the village was passed over and took no damages.
So the opposite of
Ah,
what you said.
And then also to have it deliver or continue delivering the guns that it supposedly produces, since it has not in a short while.
We need to make it safe. No, wait, I forgot. It's already safe. We need to figure out why it's safe.
we don't know if it's safe. They have a problem. They haven't reported back, and
No,
Right?
I was just making the joke that's literally the opposite of what you
Yeah,
said.
they weren't destroyed by the storm of chaos. They're perfectly fine, or at least supposedly are, according to the report. However, they aren't delivering guns. So part of it is to figure out, well, what happened and get the guns. And then I broke the conversation.
No, it's still upon Gustav. He didn't answer what he gets out of it.
yes, it did. Basically, I don't know. We was well. I guess we could have refugees if we reclaim some of the other villages, but other than that, I don't really know. I'm not that business savvy, so I
It's
guess
not merely a business proposition. You're asking me to invest in
no.
an expedition with no payback. No. There's
I
nothing I earned from this. There's nothing to incentivize me to invest.
no, not really. No,
You're not very good at this, are you, Gustav?
it's no, not really. No.
This is not something you do. It's simply not done, Gustav. You don't step out into the street and raise your hand and expect for a coin to fall into it. It's a give and take relationship. There's something needs to be proffered in order for something to be given.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can understand that. Sorry to bother you.
By the way, Mordrin, you are there.
Yes, I'm listening. Sorry.
No, I mean, this is a conversation you could jump into. Clearly, me and Gustav are getting nowhere.
I really can't think of any way to solve this. I'm sorry.
Alright, I figured you might have an idea.
Well, I'll be out of town for a while because of that. So, can give you some things to work on, but
Great homework.
well, yes. But other than that, I just expected I come back unarmed and quickly, but got a feeling it won't be the case.
Well,
It's never that simple.
let's hope that Emmerich's next character is better at negotiations. What'll you give me if I give you a lot of money? Nothing? Perfect. Great.
Nothing but a feeling of being a good citizen of the LP city. But you already have that.
Already doing that. I feel like this is why Lash got everything he ever wanted. He was good at making shit up. Well,
Right.
what do you want? Perfect, I can get that for you. Just give me what I want right now.
Yeah, other than that, well, I have some money, so Gustav will, at the end of the day, will go to the Von Rats to see if he can buy some cheap mercenaries.
Some bird mercenaries.
No, oh yeah, it will be nice.
Some cheap mercenaries.
Cheap.
Alright, so you said you were going to go hire your mercenaries now?
Yeah.
Alright, so you head off over to the Dead Rat with Victor to see who has answered your summons. And you do have a small selection of individuals, and Victor is happy to help point them out and who they are. There are a couple of people who seem like they might actually be professional henchmen. And they seem like they would go for probably about 2 gold crowns each for the entire week. And there are 2 of them.
No special friend that will join us later. Right? No surprise Skaven.
Oh, Skaven. Oh, yeah.
No.
Well, I checked. They didn't have any tail. I didn't step on that, and they seem like they have faces instead of snouts.
All right.
There are also cheaper alternatives where some of the refugees are willing to try to protect you.
God, no! I'm not taking poor helpless refugees to that. No.
Their rate, of course, is 1 silver for the entire week.
Yeah, the worst I can get, but I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna pay 4 gold crown for the 2 boy or girl or man or whatever they are, as long as they're not Skaven.
Indeed, you can look them in the face and definitely tell they are not Skaven.
Oh, if they are even.
They're advanced Skaven.
Yeah.
They look exactly like humans.
To be fair, there are Skaven assassins who just get everywhere and kill anyone, so who knows? There are also Skaven flesh molders.
Ooh. And he's gonna give 2 more gold crowns for the refugee to have something to eat. But the refugees came here, so they don't go.
Oh, they're quite happy for your generosity.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know it's too late, but I just figured out something that Gustav could give to Berthold to make it worth his while.
His virginity.
A reduction of his tuition for learning the alchemy.
That's not something he has control of.
Nope. I could give him. I could say I would teach him all the magic he wants, but then if he ever gets caught or I ever get caught, it's.
And I know the law, so I would know that you're offering me something illegal.
Yep, it's very illegal, and you'll probably be fine with a connection. but I will be dead.
I would
So-
be fine with it. You've taught me magic, which means that I'm apostate, which means I would be imminently killable as well.
True, but
The mere
Yeah.
offer of it would be...
you have better
Horrible.
chance. You have better chance at surviving.
Of course, I have high law on my side. A commoner can't charge me with a crime.
But yeah, that's. I mean, do I have academic knowledge apothecary? No, I don't. So.
Well, it's not apothecary because I'm already trained in that.
Yeah.
I'm
so,
arguably better at it than you are. So
Yep.
you
Because
teaching me would be me humoring you.
Yeah, because I brew with magic and I don't really know apothecary.
Right? No, I think he meant the whole magic thing, the whole 10% of
Yeah,
your
no,
funds.
no.
Yeah,
No.
you have no authority over that. So
I
it's-
have zero authority over that. It's very, very illegal.
Wait, which thing's illegal?
Not having pay is due for the College of Magic, or not just.
Oh, yeah.
There was
Yeah.
the one thought that Arcloyd thought that might be something he could offer, and it's like, no, he doesn't have the authority to offer that.
Yeah.
It's like if I came to you and said, hey, guess what? You don't have to pay your taxes for the year. I authorize that. You're like, who are you? You can't tell me that. You don't even work for the IRS.
Alright, cool. I got a henchman sheet now.
Yee. Crappy henchman.
6
Best kind of
advances. I mean, technically, they could be better at fighting than 3/4 of us.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
are better at fighting than the town guards that I have set up.
They're just not the best. Like, literally, 50 or 1 more gold crown a week gets you
Mhm.
twice as good.
Yeah, but
I could have halved it and said well, you get 2 town guards who've been let go for drinking too much.
and
We've already encountered them.
But yeah, we already encountered.
No,
but
they
we-
get to keep their jobs. You help them with that.
They are the only people that showed up, so
Yep. So this is what you have for today, and you've gone ahead and hired them up.
So remember to get that job done in a week, or you're gonna have to pay them again. Hey, at the best
Well, I
point
mean,
though,
they're willing to wait until the actual thing happens before they start counting time.
best part though is
your
this is the only
contract right
this is the only tier of henchmen that don't require you to give them a share.
we're gonna go. We're gonna go tomorrow if Alexa is fine with it. So get rid of this as quick as possible.
There's also a whole loyalty modifiers table, but doesn't explain what the role for loyalty is. Oh wait, no, never mind. It does here. Fellowship test.
That's how you treat them. If you treat them like shit, they're not gonna be loyal to you, and they have a modifier for it.
Yeah. So I'll figure that out later if it really matters. But for now, Berthold, you do in fact get at the end of the day the report on the work.
What's it say?
As it stands, what they've discovered so far is that the stands are burnt out. There was a fire at some point during the siege, and some people blame the dwarves, some people blame the elves that were all staying here, but they're all gone now. But the stands are still burnt out. The field is pretty muddy and useless right now, mostly because of all the refugees who traffic through it and sleep there. Which, not to mention, there are refugees sleeping everywhere in the arena right now. Their stuff is literally everywhere. Not to mention, aside from their personal effects, there's also refuse everywhere that needs to be cleaned up. And Alice has put most of them to the task of cleaning that out of the way first, since that would be the easiest thing to do without other specific instructions. So they are currently working on that. There are also things that need to be renovated, and specifically for the things that you want, these are things that need to be built wholesale, so.
Right.
And other than that, it would be things that specifically you want changed or to be present in the arena that may or may not be there. And I'm not sure what that list of things might be.
Well, I mean, the first step would be easy enough. It would be to move the people that are currently living within the the Coliseum or whatever to move them out. So I guess I'm going to spend the rest of the night before I go to bed devising a schematic. Isn't the word I'm looking for here?
Stratagem.
No. I guess schematic works. It's not the word. No. What do you call an architect's plan? Just an architect's plan?
Blueprint.
Blueprint. A blueprint for a shanty town. Comprised of the resources that the refugees that are living in my stadium have, so that they might be moved, but they might be moved into an improved position and not just like thrown out, so that we can then organize our workforce to help them move all of their stuff, while at the same time building up a new structure out of the materials that are there that are able to be used. So that they have a little shanty town to live in now instead of, whatever makeshift hovels that they constructed for themselves. No, actually,
they don't even have hovels. They're literally sleeping in the arena.
In this term, hovel is actually an improvement as well. Hovels are fucking expensive.
Good thing you're not paying for the land. So, I think when I was checking out hovels before, the main cost of the hovel is literally the land it's sitting on.
Right. Well, again, that's why me and Alexa had to increase our prices from the initial ones, because you also have to rent the land.
Okay.
I mean, I'm technically renting a large space of land around the arena as well, so I guess I could throw it on that. But yeah. But again, just making a blueprint for a shanty town for these people to live in. The people that aren't being, held up by me, not my workers. Just the people that are living in the Coliseum.
Right. Basically to move them out of the way to some place that they would want to move to.
Right. An improved position, not just hey, I threw all your stuff out here, you're living out here now.
Right. You're taking the light-handed approach, which is good. So you go ahead and set out your plan, and you're fairly certain you'll need some amount of materials to actually construct said hovels, but that is roughly minimal. You think you could easily get away with something like a gold crown per 10 people.
Well, I mean, there's trees and shit in the Great Park.
There's trees and shit.
Cutting down the trees in the Great Park is a high crime against the Lord Toddbringer himself.
And none of the refugees have cut down a tree before?
Those that have been hung.
Yes, but the tree is already felled.
They do not cut down the trees anymore.
My point being that the tree that they cut down, though the person who cut them down was hung,
is property of Sir Lord Toddbringer, and you would do best to not mess with his property.
The tree's already down, is what I'm saying.
It is, of course, his property, down, up, or down.
Who the hell's watching the park?
Some people.
God damn it.
What I'm essentially saying, though, is that it is illegal to do so.
Well, what I was getting at before was that I was using their own materials to create the shantytown, but now that you're putting it on me that it'll only cost a gold crown to make it even better, then yeah, I guess I'll make it even better.
Right. If the refugees had materials, they would likely have done this themselves.
Well, no, assumedly they're under a tent of some sort. Not like a real tent, but like, hey, here's all the fabric I could gather. I threw it together with some sticks.
Some of the ones out in the Great Park do in fact have tents, but the ones in the arena seem to specifically be the ones who don't have things, thus why they have sought shelter.
Like I said, I'm paying the gold crown for added material.
Right, per 10 people, and I'll figure out how many people there are later.
Well, I think I need that now, so I can mark it down the expense.
Okay, so I will go ahead and roll a random number then.
We're gonna go broke trying to help the reef.
There are 52 people.
Can we round that down?
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and round
by which I don't mean people, I mean cost.
Right. Just to make it simpler.
So 5 gold crowns.
Yes.
All right.
Out of course, like your 500 remaining, I think, right?
No, I'm below that.
I'm just trying to keep a handle on like your expenses here too.
Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
So,
But you can go ahead
you know
and
what?
make plans.
Maybe do worry about it since you seem to be wanting to bleed me every chance you get.
Yes.
Leave it to me to
Yeah.
worry about. You just maybe try to bleed me a little less.
He's trying to up me down since I
but,
took
yeah.
5 resources from Ivan.
What?
He's trying to up me
game.
on. Yeah, but still. When someone broke, he's trying to do the same.
It's like that.
Right,
It's not like
Richard's dog
I've
attack is over.
literally not spent. Well, I've mostly not spent any money on myself.
Yeah.
Literally spent the vast majority of some
Right.
on other people.
So like I'm saying, you can definitely set up the work order for them to handle it, and they can definitely handle it within the coming week as part of their work tasks.
Right, and I'll pass that on to Alice.
Okay, excellent. She will get the work order, and it'll be set up for tomorrow. Following that up, the day passes into night, assuming that nobody decides to stay up through the night to do anything, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't think so. This is a
Sleep.
nice, restful day for everyone.
Before the
But it
shit
is also the end of the week, which means it is technically payday for people during the night. Gustav, how many days have you actually been on the surface?
I guess we've just spent 2 days under this surface. I think. Or
I
one
think
day?
like 3.
What? No.
No, yeah, you did just sleep there once, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Like
was 2
1 or 2 days.
days.
Yeah, 2 days.
And was there anything before that you guys got distracted with? I'm trying to remember. I feel like you guys went down
Court?
again for some reason. No, that was other reasons.
I'm just saying, that was a big distraction. He just spent a whole day on court.
Oh yeah, you also spent a whole day on court.
Hmm.
So you're missing like 3 days of work then because of that.
Hey,
That's the
I
thing
was
about
at
it.
work when I was at court.
No, you're not a lawyer. A lawyer is an actual job in this world. You took it on yourself, man. You cost me a party.
It costs you a party.
Hey, that party had valuable connections I spent an entire week setting up to get to.
Oh yes, indeed.
But I don't care. I'm a master now, so even if I don't work, I'm still working.
Which only means that you don't have to pay anybody anymore. Doesn't
Well,
imply
in terms
anything.
In terms of gainful employment, you've mostly been doing scribe work otherwise, right?
And astronomy works if any noble want to have his fortune read.
I don't think we've really gone through the process of finding yourself employment in that regard. You've mostly been doing the scribe work, I think.
Sure.
I probably need to actually find out my notes for paying everyone, which is something I forgot about.
Well, you already have our math, although I've forgotten it.
Just gotta bring up my notes. I think I had it like on page 4.
I remember I brought up how surprisingly little, even the massive amounts it seemed like a noble got paid, how little it actually turned out to be.
Oh yeah, here it is.
At least in my own mind, how little it turned out to be.
Okay, so Gustav, you've spent a couple days away. You could go ahead and make yourself a craft roll then, or a scribe roll, and we can see the quality of it.
I have a question.
What's up?
Does me coming back with a relic and notes about a hold abandoned dwarven hold yield any benefits?
You do have several very interesting books, particularly about dwarven engineering. So I'm going to say that cancels out the penalty of missing several days of work.
Excellent.
However, that means that you are giving the books over to the guild library.
Oh yes, I am.
Okay, there you go then.
It was never.
I believe
Never
we are
any job.
treating you as a specialist here, so go ahead and roll.
And can I reroll that with 14 points?
Sure.
Should I? Yeah, I should. Yeah.
400. So what is the average? How much am I actually multiplying here? Let's go. Oh, here we go. So 380 times. Let's see. That is how many successes? 3 or 2? I think it comes down to 2, doesn't it?
Yeah. It comes down to 2.
All right, that is 120%. So let's see. So you have 380 pence times 1.2, 456 pence.
Okay.
Alexa, you have set up your own shop, but you've also been working for Stone Belt here, or Grey Belt.
Grey
Grey
Belt,
Belt?
yeah.
Yeah, Grey Belt. However, your apprenticeship is coming to an end, but you still did your work for the week.
Okay.
However, you were underground for a significant part of it. Do you have anything that would be mitigating to that?
Not particularly.
Okay, so I'm gonna just impose a -10, but you can go ahead and make your check as a craftsman then.
Okay.
Or yeah, craftsman. Alright, that looks like 3?
Yep. 3 degrees.
Okay. So he does have a good business. And 3 degrees would get you times 1.3. Times 1.3. 390.
Pence, you said?
Yes.
Yay.
The quality of your forge will be determined later. That'll be for the future. Ah, yes. For Mordrin, you are basically being paid by Berthold. Berthold, are you...
I paid him for the month already, remember? I
Yeah,
gave
you
him
paid him for the
Yes.
month, so
I gave him
you
20
already
gold
have your pay.
crowns. Yeah.
Yep. And as for you, Hartman, your evaluation is correct. You receive a small, package of 6 gold crowns and 5 silver. With a note attached, saying that your family is, very proud of the work that you, aspire to do. They're sorry for, the losses that you've incurred. And they may be seeing what else they can do for you in the near future.
Oh, you accessed my screen while I was changing the numbers.
Yeah, I was looking to see stuff. Okay, I'm gonna soft message your sheet then.
It's on the inventory page. I don't know what you were looking for, but you went to every page but.
I can't let you know what I'm looking for. I would give it all away. Put an advanced mod. Okay. But yes, they leave a note saying that they are going to try sending you additional help.
Very good.
I'm just gonna make a note to myself so I don't forget this time. Okay. So I believe that covers everyone then. You have all been paid for the week, and what do you guys do today?
I'm going to see Alexa,
Yay.
see if she wants to come, and
And I believe
as
Alexa
Victor,
was also trying to see you too.
and ask Victor if he wants to come too.
All right. So you go ahead and gather up at the Dead Rat to talk together, and Victor kind of like perks up and goes, "Oh, going somewhere? Where are you going exactly?"
I'm going. I forgot already the name of the village, but I'm going to resume the whole spiel to him.
All right, so you relay it and go, "All right, so sort of a bit of a romp in the woods. Well, I have a little money saved up. I think that'll be a fun thing to do.
Might be dangerous. We don't know.
I mean, we've done dangerous before, right? I
Sure.
mean, it is the Drakenwald, so that kind of goes with its own danger." Tricky by giving you large numbers. Okay, but yeah, Victor is willing to go along. And what about you two? What is the plan you two are going to go with?
Well, Alexa wanted to originally join Gustav before, but to do this, but then you're like, first let's check out to see if we can find Lash, and then that turned into a thing. So
Oh yeah, it
she's
turned into
ready
a
to go.
whole thing.
I mean, you do have in your hands the best ranged weapon below firearms.
That's true.
Throwing that out
But
there.
but we're shit with ballistic weapons.
It also,
Yeah.
I mean, it means something if you can find a
It
buyer
does.
for it.
Well,
I
it also
don't
has a lot
think-
of personal
Yeah,
value.
I don't think Alexa wants to
Quick,
sell it.
change your career to Targeteer. We follow up in Lash's footsteps.
Targeteer is the highest ballistic skill one. 40 plus 40, I think. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
It was in Lash's build. Lash went from Ghost Rider, and Targeteer would have been his next one.
But yeah, we're going out of the city.
Okay.
There we go.
Gustav
just
and Lex are
immediately
going
into it,
out.
then.
Yes, and Victor and two strangers.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Oh, it's
fucking
gonna be one of
great
those
week.
sort of things.
Yeah.
Always
just,
seen together, sometimes coming out of dark places together.
Yeah. Smell weird.
Well, that's just you.
No. It's both of us.
And I'm sure.
Oh, and I'm
when,
gonna put these two guys right here with you guys. There you go. So
And
you are
as
leaving
long
the
as they're
city.
not as long as they're not named, I won't feel bad if they die.
What do you mean not named?
I
Oh,
don't
my
want
name
to.
is.
No, shush.
No,
name.
it's only the last names that matter. If we keep those in reserve, then we'll live for sure. The entertainer shows up.
Yeah. She's
I
following
considered
us.
it.
Every time.
Guys keep disappearing for days at a time.
Yeah, she felt left out.
Alright, so I'll handle your trip in just a moment. Let's go ahead and see what Berthold is up to today. So you have your blueprint plan in place, and you're going to have people start to work on those shanties. However, the people in the arena still need to be convinced to move along into them once they are built. Would you like to make a charm roll to convince them?
Would this count as scheming?
Good question. What counts as scheming?
You are a master of personal politics. You gain a plus 10 bonus to intrigue-related charm tests and on willpower tests resist charm of others.
If you're going to be a little manipulative about it, yes, you can.
I'm always manipulative. You could be manipulative without being crass
Malicious?
or... Yeah, malicious was the word I was looking for there.
Possibly. So go ahead and make the roll then. Go ahead and add it in.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, well, none of them, all of them seem to single-handedly refuse it. This is all a trick. No one would just build houses for other people and give them away. That's stupid.
I
He's a
mean,
cultist!
I would make arguments against it, but there's like literally nothing that's gonna get me past that 100. So
What's your game? You're trying to trick us. What you want? What are you after? You're not having my beer, not today.
sorry, did he say beard or beer?
Both. You can't have either of them. I only trust one person, is that nice guy who starts the fire. I ain't leaving unless he says it's okay.
We didn't start the fire. It was always burning
Well,
since
I'm
the
gonna
world was
watch it
turning.
burn.
I think this is where you say
I-
something, Mordrin. I know it's like a shit's chance in hell, but I've rolled 100 and I have no fate points.
Well, this man here has given me a home and a job. He's quite beneficent. I couldn't think of a better word than that. I would trust his word if I were you.
Ah, look at you. You're just a man on a leash. I'm free. I'm a free man of the land.
Okay, let's see if I can do this with 12%.
I'll not worry about no boss or no law. This drops the leash. Go ahead and roll, and yeah, that was a poor chance of succeeding in the first place, but your words fall about as on deaf ears as Berthold's own. Now get out of here before you take my thumbs. This is some cold bullshit. Ugh. I remember some guy last night tried doing that, and I said no thank you.
Eisen said what?
Oh, some guy said.
That was a joke. Anyway.
Is literally like slurring everything.
Yeah.
I know. So yeah, it seems right now they are a little resistant. What do you plan to do?
I don't know. This requires thought. I
So it does.
clearly I don't want to force them out. That's not an option. I'm taking that off the table. No force. We will not act any way harmful towards them. I don't want that. That's not on the table.
Uh-huh.
The other time, they are crazy homeless people, so they cannot be rationalized with. So that's where I'm really meeting an impasse. I'm like the corners of a roof here. I can't. Both things act against one another. They're pushing in the middle, and they're not meeting anywhere.
Alright, so I will give you a little bit of time to think about your next action then, if you want.
Yeah, unless Mordrin has an idea.
I'm out.
Excellent. Money well paid.
Gustav going straight to poisoning everyone.
Well, I already took that off the table. No hostile actions.
You pay me to protect you, not talk for you.
No, but I mean, at the same time, you're always here, and you never have any ideas.
Alright. So, Gustav then, and crew. You are heading off to Bade Esselberg, the mysterious city that has gone undamaged. Or, mysterious town that has gone undamaged. You can head through the Drakenwald, and there is a path that will take about 3 days by if you are simply walking. Alexa, you still have a horse, don't you? I'm trying to figure out how many horses the party has right now.
Tijuana donkey, you mean?
We've got River, and then we've got the Tijuana donkey. I know for that.
And Gustav has been given money to bring his own this time. So there are two people who are horseless right now. Which might mean walking. Or walking speed for the group as a whole. Unless you guys are willing to ride tandem with them the entire way.
I don't mind, I suppose.
Okay. So a strange person will hug you the entire time. Let's see. Help the dude try to. Okay. So then, with everyone actually on a horse, with, of course, Victor riding passenger to one of them. The five of you can actually go through the Drakenwald directly. This will shave off about half the time and take a day and a half. You'd merely need to camp out in the forest for a single night. The Drakenwald is notoriously dangerous, and some are certain dragons still live within it. If not, there are still orcs, goblins, beastmen, chaos, and just plain hungry wildlife. Venturing off the path is normally unwise, but with your horse, you can take the shortest path and, like I said, be there in a day and a half time, uh, as opposed to sticking to the road. The journey is more or less simple. Do any of you have navigation?
I don't think any of us do, but we do have outdoor survival.
Actually, does Gustav? Gustav? Oh no.
Emmerich?
Hello. Ah, my mic was off.
Whoops.
Yes and no. That's been an issue for us many times before. We don't got navigation. So
So
yeah.
no navigation, but you guys do have outdoor survival.
No. I mean,
Well,
we
I think Alexa
do,
said they did.
but
Yeah, I do.
can try too, but only got a 30% chance of succeeding.
Well, you do have a +10 bonus to this check because it is a relatively simple journey. So you could go ahead and try rolling that first and see if you succeed at all, and then we can go to outdoor survival.
Yay!
Yay!
Oof. Well,
I'm gonna try to reroll that. Fuck it.
oh yeah, well, you do have the reroll, so go ahead and give it a try.
Bit less worse.
Alexa, would you like to reroll yours?
Sure, I'll use a fortune point, I guess.
50-50.
Yay!
There we
There
go.
we
We're
go.
not lost.
You all bicker between yourselves for a little bit about which direction you're going, and that north isn't north, but actually true north, which is a magnetic north. But wait, you're going south. You were about to go the exact opposite direction, and you correct yourselves. So about a day into the journey, uh, you go ahead and see the sun setting, and it's time to go ahead and not journey into the woods, into trees in the middle of the night on your horses. As you are setting up camp, go ahead and roll perception.
Ah, now you're talking. Woohoo!
All right. The lot of you do in fact hear the sounds of screaming. In the distance, you can hear echoing, high-pitched screams of someone in trouble.
Human?
You don't know.
Then.
You
Then
are
fuck
out in the
it.
middle of the woods.
I'm tempted to say fuck it because. But. I guess we can let someone die out in woods like that.
Let's go investigate.
Yeah.
All right. Gustav, you go ahead and light yourself up, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and roll that? Because magic and always dangerous.
Who said that? Magic is never dangerous. Come on.
Oh, especially as around us.
No, it's never. At worst, it makes milk turn.
Oh yeah, the worst that's ever happened. A light nosebleed, a little bit of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely
See?
beat a 3.
Nothing.
Okay. Which actually means once you get your next magic, you can always light up.
Yep.
Okay. So, yes. So you, put on some light and you head off towards the direction of the screams, and as you get closer, the screaming becomes clearer and less human.
All
It
right.
is It is easy, even in the night, to spot the scrambling form of a goblin scratching at a tree, attempting to climb it, but continually slipping as he looks behind himself, constantly aware of some danger.
Goblins are cute. I don't want to kill one.
He does see you, but he continues screaming as he has, and as you are closer, you can actually make out some of the things he's saying. Red! Red everywhere!
Why?
Ah!
I don't know. I've seen the Goblin Hunter anime. I think it needs to die.
Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer is.
I don't think you saw it at all, Anna.
You're a phony. You're a big fat phony. Yeah.
Red everywhere. What could it mean by that? Is there anything else beside us?
Looking around?
Yeah.
No, there does not appear to be anything else. Not that you can see. Especially not anything red.
Uh, does he seem sincere, or is it a trap?
What do you have to determine that?
I
Perception, perhaps?
there's no like empathy check, right?
I don't
That's
think
the other game.
there is an empathy skill in this game, is
No,
there?
there's not. This is yeah. There's only perception. Very
Well, off your
sweet.
previous perception and the fact that he's still screaming feet away from you, it definitely seems to be very genuine. You can nearly see the sweat dripping off of him and his chest heaving and panting as he stressfully continues to try to climb, instead just stripping bark off the tree.
I'll look at Alexa silently asking if we should kill it or
Yes.
you.
Green skin. It'll stab you in the stomach.
I know, but what I mean,
Why do
Wait.
you have more compassion for a green skin than you do with humans who
I
have?
don't. I just maybe he has some information. When there's green skin, there are like fucking 10 more of it. So I'm gonna ask him some question.
All right, it's your funeral.
As, of course, you guys are talking, he's still screaming, "They're everywhere! Can't see them! Can't see them, but they're everywhere!"
I'm gonna try to calm him down and fail.
Alright. Nope, yep, that is a failure. Instead, he just screams even louder in your face, "Red everywhere!"
Yep.
Alright, Alexa, did you want to give it a try? Or, well, Victor could give it a try. You did bring him along. He's a friendly fellow. I should probably upgrade him a little bit more. But let's see. So, charm, charm, charm. Oh, he doesn't actually have charm. He just gossips and blathers.
I'm not trying to talk to this thing, so if y'all fail, Alexa's just gonna stick an axe in its skull.
Yeah.
Until it throws
So
raptor
instead of
tactics on
trying
you.
to calm him down, he is going to try to ask it some questions. Or at least pry more information out. So I'm going to give a -20 for the circumstance. And instead the thing just screams, "Everywhere, red! Everywhere! They can't have me! They can't have me!"
Wait, I still have one more master plan. Shut the fuck up!
It worked.
It works. Greenskins, particularly goblins, seem to respond very well to intimidation and loud shouting. He immediately shuts up and sits up straight up against the tree. He's looking straight up at you, mouth completely closed. But you can tell he's like squirming and fidgeting in place, and like underneath he's just going and trying not to actually open his mouth and say anything.
What red? What are you talking about?
Everywhere, everywhere, red, everywhere, everywhere. You can't see them. They're everywhere.
What's everywhere?
They are. They're so small. They're so fast. You gotta keep an eye out. You can't blink. Can't blink or they'll vanish. They'll vanish. They ask for so little, but they keep asking for more and more. They won't take me. They can't have me. They can't have me. And he just starts holding his arms around his own body. Always hidden. Always hidden people hiding and waiting until you give up.
No, not the hidden people. No, no, Griff. No, I've been watching Grunkle. I know what you're up to. Not the hidden people.
Everywhere they can't have me. Can't have me.
Alright, so he seems delirious. I'll try it. Yeah. He's
Can't have
completely
Can't have
crazy.
me everywhere. Everywhere. So what are you gonna do?
Look at Alexa.
It's making noise, which means it could probably attract other sorts of things here, which means it's a liability and it's a green.
We can just leave it here.
Yes, I propose staving its head in and putting it out of its misery.
I mean, guess that's the right things to do. I don't know.
It's the only thing to do.
Yes! You're right. You're right, of course.
So Alexa will pull out her axe and try to kill it.
Okay. It'll try to hold up its arms to block the blow, but its tiny little arms are not enough to stop you swinging your axe. Once you have cleaved its head off, it doesn't appear to have any weapons on it. In fact, it doesn't even have very much at all. Meanwhile, your two guards have been flanking you for a while to try to protect you from this goblin menace. And they seem to sort of nod in agreement with Alexa.
Alright. Let's deal. That's good.
All right, well, let's make camp here. We got to get through this forest.
Yes.
Alright. Are you taking up any kind of watch position?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception each. And I'm going to have Victor roll 2, because he's going to be helping out. And, of course, your guards as well. Victor,
Thanks,
ain't noticing
Victor.
anything?
Thanks, Lex. I'll guess who's gonna stay up all night.
Guards aren't too helpful either.
At the hidden people who rolled, not the god.
So, so Gustav, are you actually going to stay awake the entire night now? Completely
no.
untrustworthy of everyone? You actually get some sleep, don't you?
No, he will get some sleep.
Okay. So you all keep an eye on everything. And everything seems more or less normal as night passes and the next day comes, which we will go back to Berthold and see what happened during his time in the city. Berthold, did you have any idea how you were going to tackle your problem?
Actually, I was going to wait till the next day.
Okay,
But
did you have anything else you were going to do during that day?
yes, I am going to introduce our entertainment regime.
Oh boy! Tell the crowd about it.
Well, one day a week is going to be set aside to practice a event I'm going to call Blood Bowl.
That sounds ominous, sir.
No, it's an entertaining name. See, it happens in a bowl-shaped arena like the one we're constructing. And
What about the blood part? That was the part I was concerned about, sir.
well, sometimes a little bit of blood can be drawn. It's a sport. All sports have a little bit of roughhousing involved.
Okay.
It's supposed to elicit an audience reaction. You want the audience to be engaged before the event even starts, so you need an engaging name. In this case,
I'm
blood.
reacting and engaging.
Yes, you get it. This guy gets it.
I get it. But yes, I'm just using this to bounce off of you. So go ahead and explain how they're going to set up then.
Well, first off, since we can't get any construction done today, we are going to divide up into 9 different teams. Each team consisting of at least 11 people. So,
Okie doke.
part of the day will be set aside for allow people to talk amongst themselves and form up into 9 different teams. Now, knowing that we have 103 people, of course, there are going to be remainders.
That's okay. They can fill in for other people.
Nope. The
Nope, not at all.
remaining workers will be left set aside to be educated in the realm of referees. There will only be 4 of them, because that's what the remainders are.
Yes, indeed.
Of course, the referees will have an addition. Sorry, brain fart there. The referees will have the added functions of actually being higher status outside of the entertainment regime, as they will be given further responsibilities in the workforce.
Okay. So you begin to explain the rules at the very least to everyone so that they know what they're going to do.
Yep.
But of immediate problems is the fact that even that the arena itself doesn't have enough room currently given the current refugee situation inside of it.
No, that's fine. This is a day of organization for the entertainment.
Okay.
You learn the
but
game,
as-
you play amongst yourselves on the outside of the arena, that sort of thing. And then
Alright.
I guess we'll form teams later on. I mean, later on we'll form teams out of character, since I made that thing.
Right. That's going to be part of my plan too. So as it is, teaching them isn't too hard. It's not really that overly complicated of a game. You take a ball, you move it along, and you try to not to hurt people. Or, well, you do try to hurt them, but you try not to kill them.
Yep, that's
Easy enough.
literally the whole point of Blood Bowl, was so people don't fight and kill each other in wars. You don't actually try to kill people. Unfortunately, some teams
Exactly.
grow up to try and kill people. That's those teams' faults. It's not the sport.
Referees are the one who have to pay the most attention to it since they are going to have to objugate it, but they are, of course, listening intently, and they are, of course, the literate ones. Or at least the referees will be literate.
Right.
Alright. So that is more or less a time spent on the day just watching people sort of practice and get an idea of how they're supposed to engage with the game. And next week, they will be interested in playing it as part